well, not winter. Okay, we're live. Um, not winter, but like spring. Okay, live. Tell me when you can hear me, people. Oh, am I on? No, I'm not on mute. Sometimes I think I might be on mute. Hello. Hello. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. LOL. Hi, everybody. How are you guys doing tonight? Welcome to Week 12 Friday, our final broadcast until Week 16, unless I decide to do an ARC 1, which, if you've met me, sometimes I just change my mind. And speaking of the ARC, I didn't mention this ever before, but this year in real life, the Breeders' Cup Classic and Turf both got purse boosts. And so I was like, well, I guess we should do that, mimic real life. And then I was like, oh gosh, the ARC thing, where the ARC is nowhere near its real purse, that's kind of a problem. So that got a boost. And then I was like, well, the Dubai races are nowhere close. Granted, there's like three $10 million races in Dubai. That's slightly exaggerating, but they're all really high. So they got little boosts. Not, like of $1 million, not like of $7 million. So, yeah. Why is there a giant horse head? Oh, okay. Anyway, tonight has nothing to do with the ARC, but it does have a lot to do with the Stewards Cup, both the Distaff and the Classic. We have two races from the Spa. In case anyone is curious, I am going to the Spa this year in real life, and I'm very excited. I haven't been in 11 years, and that's too long. The first race is the Midsummer Oaks, which is a mile and a quarter for 750K. And in this race, we have the three winners of the filly versions of the boy races that run weeks 6, 7, and 9. So you've got Glory, who won the Oaks, See You Sometime, who won the Baltimore Oaks, and Little Wanderer, who won the Long Island Acorn. And then you also have last year's Stewards Cup winner, Let It Go. This race is insane. So tonight, please welcome back for the first time in a while, since Stewards Cup or last Stewards Cup or Derby or I don't know when it was, Miss Madeline Gilbert.
Interwebs! I am so excited to be back! Yes, I did, what was it, 2 Derby podcasts, previews, broadcasts, whatever as it goes. So it has been a little while. I don't even remember who was in the field when I did the broadcast. But tonight, this is kind of my makeup session because I was supposed to do the Week 7 Baltimore Crown, and we had some technical difficulties, and Em ended up having to do the entire preview herself, so kudos to Em. But I am back, and we are going to do the Week 12 Midsummer Oaks and the Week 12 Midsummer Classic. So without some further ado, let's take a look at our Midsummer Oaks field. As Emily said, it is the grade 1 mile and a quarter in New York. For the 3-year-old fillies, just 3-year-olds, no older fillies or mares. We've got a field of 7 and a really nice field. Quite a few grade 1 winners, graded stakes place horses, and it's going to be an awesome show. First up in post position number 1 is La Tour. She is a stewardbred owned by Susie Rydell out of Doomsday by Just Victory mare Sincere. Right now she's got 5 wins, 2 second places out of 7 starts for $469,000 in earnings. She's been pretty spectacular so far this year. Started out slow. Susie got her right in, worked her up from an NW2 and allowance in week 4, then went on to win the grade 3 Sport of Queen Stakes in week 6, and then won the grade 1 California Oaks in week 8. And she's coming off of a win in the grade 1 Z Princess Memorial Stakes in week 10. So she's stayed in California, worked her way up through the grade 1 stakes, and now she's in New York. Number 2 is Little Wanderer. She's another stewardbred owned by Art Vandelay. She's by Keyboard Courage out of the Amada Mare Happier. She is the Long Island Acorn winner. So far she's got 3 wins and 6 starts for $428,000 in earnings. Started out this year with a win in the Bay Shore Oaks in week 1. Then finished second in the Grade 2 New Orleans Oaks in week 4. She went to the Louisville Oaks in week 6, where she finished 6th. That was behind Glory, Halliday, and One Sweet World. Took a nice long break, skipped the Baltimore Oaks, and again went on to win the Grade 1 Long Island Acorn. That is her last start, and has a nice 3-week break. Third horse is See You Sometime, another steward bred. This one's owned by Pete Vella. She's by Paramount out of East Mare Sky Lovely. She's got 4 wins and 6 starts so far for $277,000. So far this year, she started out with a win in the Grade 2 Las California Stakes in California, week 3, then went on to win the Baltimore Oaks. She's our Oaks winner, the Grade 1 Stakes in week 7, where she won by a neck over Adorn and Eye of the Storm. Then went to the Long Island Acorn week 9, where she finished 7th, pretty far back in the field, behind Little Wanderer, Let It Go, and Glory. Fourth up is Shenanigans. This is another steward bred owned by Michael Looker. She's by Horcrux out of Flamesmare Spirit. She's got 3 wins and 5 starts, not as much as some of the other fillies in this field. Only has $175,000 in earnings. Started out this year with a win in the Grade 2 Rebellion Stakes, week 3 in Arkansas. Then she actually opted to go to the Derby this year against the boys, where she finished dead last in the field of 20. Came back to the Long Island Acorn in week 9 after a nice 3-week break, where she finished 5th. Not too bad considering her finish in the Derby. So she's coming off of a 3 weeks break as well. Our 5th horse is Double Smitten. She's a steward bred owned by Izzy Rafferty. She's by Sword out of Stay Awake mare Shindo Falls. She's got 3 wins and 7 starts for $258,000 in earnings. Started out this year in the Silver Bullet Stakes in week 2, where she finished 3rd behind Eye of the Storm and Erised. Then went on to win the Grade 2 sponsored Chicago Stakes in week 5, so she kind of skipped the whole week 6 Oaks scene. She won that one narrowly by a nose over Diamonds and Roses, and also Travels in Time. Then went on to the Grade 1 Baltimore Oaks, where she finished 6th. Again, that one was behind See You Sometime, Adorn, and Eye of the Storm. Her last start was a 4th in the Grade 1 Long Island Acorn. So again, week 9, last start, coming off of 3 weeks break. Glory is our Louisville Oaks winner. She's a Brandon McNulty homebred. I think she's one of 2 non-steward breds in this field. She's by Messiah out of Sword Mare Risky. She's got 4 wins and 6 starts for $872,000 in earnings. She finished 3rd in last year's Stewards Cup Juvenile Fillies, and started this year with a win in the Dare to Dream Stakes in week 3. Then won the Oaks in week 6, the Louisville Oaks, by half a length over Halliday and One Sweet World. Then went on to the Long Island Acorn, so skipped Baltimore. Went on to New York, where she finished 3rd behind Little Wanderer and Let It Go. Speaking of Let It Go, last entry in the field, homebred for Danny Derby. She has 4 wins and 7 starts for $1.3 million in earnings, plus some change. She's by Father Ralph out of the Maelstrom mare Wish Upon a Star. Sorry. She is the Stewards Cup Juvenile Fillies winner from last year. Started out this year with a 2nd place in the Grade 2 Fountain of Gold Stakes up against Colts. That was week 2. And then won the Grade 3 Royalty Stakes in week 4. Then finished 4th in the Louisville Oaks, week 6, behind Glory, Halliday, and One Sweet World. Then skipped Baltimore, went to the Long Island Acorn, where she finished 2nd, just ahead behind Little Wanderer. They're all here for the Grade 1 Midsummer Oaks, week 12. And that is your field. And now I'm going to throw it to the steward.
Gee, thanks. That's such a nice entrance that I got there. It's 1 minute to post for the Midsummer Oaks. The betting pool is currently pathetic at $5,900, and I am refusing to call this race until you guys get it over $25,000, because this race is stacked. There are a lot of steward breds in here, but only one of them's coming back to me, and that is Double Smitten. She's basically the one in here who could use a good grade 1 win, in my humble opinion. I'm just sitting here reloading, waiting. Okay, it's at 16,000. 9 more to go, guys. Oh, I had Chinese food. Now I can't stop coughing up a lung. That's what the mute button's for. Alright, I'll call it at 16,700 in the pool. You guys better do better for the next race. I expect at least 50,000. Bossy better. Boss is bossy. It's post time. Hold on, I gotta turn off the pick six. Done. They're racing in the Midsummer Oaks. See you sometime a step slow. Shenanigans is out like a rocket though. Pure speed is Shenanigans today. Hustled along early and immediately in the clear. Here's Double Smitten urged up to chase that one. Glory shows some speed. Little Wanderer. See you sometime Latour. And at the back of the pack is the late running Let It Go. Under the wire the first time is Shenanigans. She's 3 lengths clear of Double Smitten, and then comes Oaks winner Glory. Little Wanderer surprisingly close today, then See You Sometime in Latour, with Let It Go still last, but only 5 lengths off the leader. That leader is Shenanigans, and she's not messing around today. She's now opened up 5 lengths on them going down the backside. Now make it 6. Shenanigans in control of this race, but the pace is fast. Double Smitten a length to Glory, then another length to Little Wanderer. They're in a parade lineup with See You Sometime a length 5th. Let It Go has picked up a spot, which puts Latour the last of the 7. They're at the half-mile pole now, and Shenanigans leads, but her lead is back down to 2. It's Double Smitten cutting into that. Here's Glory. Let It Go is rallying on now. Latour on her heels. Not much today from Little Wanderer or See You Sometime. Shenanigans with Let It Go icing through the field. Double Smitten and Latour, then Glory. A wall of horses down the stretch. Shenanigans all heart. She doesn't fold. She fights on. Let It Go on her outside. Double Smitten and Latour. Glory still there too. Shenanigans and Let It Go. She unleashes a blast and surges ahead. Shenanigans battles back. Latour 3 deep and Double Smitten. It's going to be close, but it's going to be Let It Go to win the Oaks. A nick to Shenanigans and Latour in a photo for second. Double Smitten and Glory right there too. Then Little Wanderer and See You Sometime was last, beaten 6 lengths for the win. The official winner is Let It Go. She's a 3-year-old gray filly by Father Ralph out of Wish Upon a Star by Maelstrom. She is a homebred for Danny Derby, and this is her 5th win in 8 starts. We're beginning to wonder if she was ever going to regain her 2-year-old form after she won the Stewards Cup last year. Been a bit of a disappointment this year. And by that I mean, she was 4th in the Oaks and 2nd in the Acorn. I'm sure everyone would be so sad to have a horse like that in their barn. Next up, we have the Midsummer Classic. It's a holiday around here. For the first time in a really long time, we have all 3 winners of the Triple Crown races. So, pretty exciting stuff. And to talk about that, because I'm clearly not doing a good job, here's Maddie.
Thank you, Emily. Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting field, particularly since the Derby and Baltimore Crown winner pulled the 1 and 2 posts. And for those newbies that are in the chat room, the 1 and 2 post and the 2 outside posts, usually 11 and 12, have a slight disadvantage in the field going into a race. This is just going to be really interesting. Better start betting now. And without further ado, let's start with a look at Eastern West Side. This is our Louisville Derby winner, homebred for Mark Branch Gelding. So unfortunately, we won't be breeding to this guy. But he is by Taste of Shadows out of Midwest Mare West by God. He's got 4 wins and 8 starts for $1.3 million and change. Started the year out with a second in the Grade 3 End Result Stakes, but just by a nose to Talk It Round. Then won his Derby prep in the Grade 2 Buccaneer Derby Week 3 by head over James Dean and Talk It Round again. Then won the big one, the Grade 1 Louisville Derby in Week 6 by a neck over the Best Man and James Dean. Then finished 7th in the Baltimore Crown Week 7 behind the Best Man, Spectre, and Brilliantly. Then went on to win the Grade 2 Metropolitan Derby in Week 10. So he left the Long Island Classic, opted for a slightly shorter field and shorter distance, and he won that very easily by 2 3/4 lengths over Warehouse and Classic. Next up, we have the Best Man, homebred for Xander Zone. He is by Maelstrom out of Eastmare Bridle. He has 4 wins and 8 starts for $1.4 million. Pretty headshot. He started this year out with a win in the Grade 3 Our Lions Real Stakes by a neck over Degrassi and Lofty Heights. Then finished second in the Grade 2 Battle Cry Stakes, beaten just ahead behind Piper's Pit over Commentary. Finished second in the Grade 1 Louisville Derby Week 6. Again, just a nose over James Dean and just a neck behind Eastern West Side. Then won the Grade 1 Baltimore Crown by a length over Spectre and Brilliantly. Finished 9th in his last start, the Week 9 Long Island Classic, behind James Dean, Iron Spirit, and You Are Not Alone. Speaking of James Dean, he is our third horse, homebred for Art Vandelay, by Newsroom out of Night Fury Mare Pact. He's got 4 wins and 6 starts for $864,000. Started this year with a win in the Grade 3 Yakimo Stakes by 5 3/4 lengths over Ants in My Pants and Hytham Kenway. Finished second then in the Grade 2 Buccaneer Derby in Week 3, ahead behind Eastern West Side. Finished third in the Grade 1 Louisville Derby behind Eastern West Side and the Best Man. Opted against a Week 7 or Week 8 start, went straight to the Long Island Classic, which he won handedly by 3 1/4 lengths. Iron Spirit is next, our fourth horse, homebred for Rebecca Rose Hepburn. He's by Rambling out of War Daddy Mare Frostburned. He has 4 wins and 7 starts for $495,000. Started the year with a win in the Grade 3 I'll Have Another Stakes by 2 lengths over Lake Tahoe. Then won the Grade 2 Albuquerque Park Derby in Week 4 by a neck over Dee's Friday Night. Finished 5th in the Derby, again, Week 6, then went on to the Grade 1 Long Island Classic, where he finished 3 1/4 lengths behind James Dean over You Are Not Alone in Week 9. Indominus is next, homebred for Elise Peveril. He is by Maelstrom out of highly regarded mare Keep Dreaming. Has 5 wins and 8 starts for $344,000. Started the year with a 3rd place in the Grade 3 Rising Star Stakes behind Tripping Billies and President Reagan. Then won the Grade 2 Keyboard Courage Stakes by 2 1/4 lengths over Keeper of Secrets and Celebrate We Will. He finished 14th in the Derby. Then went on to the Week 8 Captain Hook Stakes, which he won by a length and a half over Cease to Begin. Then won his last prep, a Week 10 start in the Grade 1 El Rival de Cod Stakes, where he won by 2 lengths over Victory Prospector. And last but not least is Addicted to Chaos, a homebred for Jack Meyer. He is also by Maelstrom out of the Harry Potter mare Hallowed Halls. He's got 4 wins and 8 starts for $516,000 in earnings. He's the only one in this field, I believe, who is representative of last year's Stewards Cup Juvenile field, where he finished 5th. He won first out this year in the Grade 2 Pacific Coast Highway Stakes in Week 2. He won by a neck over Household Name. Then won his Derby prep, the Grade 1 Kentucky Blue Stakes in Week 4 by 2 1/2 lengths over Kiefer. He finished 12th in the Louisville Derby, then went on to the Baltimore Crown Week 7, where he finished 5th behind the Best Man, Spectre, and Brilliantly. His last start was a very close second in the Week 10 Queen's Derby, just a head behind Dee's Friday Night. And that is it for the field. Let's see what our pool is at. 60,000, yes! All right, that looks good. So without further ado, let's turn it over to Emily for the call.
Okay, it's me again. Yay. Oh man, with the coughing again. Okay. Um Dan makes me laugh a lot. So, here's the my curiosity in the Midsummer Classic because we are a good 5 minutes away. So, thanks for taking it all the way to the post time. Sheesh, Maddie. Could have done a giveaway or something that we didn't discuss beforehand. um I don't know if you guys remember, but before the Derby, we were talking about how tough the 3-year-old crop is, and I actually believe the girls' crop is just as tough because only 2 horses, I believe it was, won both of their prep races for the Derby. Usually you get like 5 or 6 horses that win both preps. But instead of the 20 horses that went in, most of them had only won once, and some of them not even that. So then we go through the races, and you have Eastern West Side wins the first one, the Best Man wins the second one, James Dean wins the third one. Hey, they're all in a row on the post positions. That's cool. And then you have the Canadian Triple Crown. Well, Dee's Friday Night, who wasn't really considered to be a major player in the regular Triple Crown, he won that one. And then he wheels right back and loses the next race, was won by a different horse, which might have been Kiefer, but it wasn't. I don't remember who it was. Let's look. I want to say I'm feeling John Exet. Trippin' Billies. So Trippin' Billies won the second leg. So basically, the question is this where Iron Spirit / Indominus / Addicted to Chaos are going to step up and get their grade 1? Are we going to keep trading? Or is one of the first 3 horses going to come through and be the first one to win the second major race this year? If they don't, I would say 3-year-olds might be a play against in the Classic because I don't know, they're just so inconsistent. They're all the same horse. They just keep beating each other up. Unless one of the big 3 steps up today, well then I would gravitate towards that horse because clearly horse is the bomb. Speaking of the Derby, tonight we have an awesome race in Oceanside, which is the Grade 1 Oceanside Classic, $1 million, and that features After the Disco, who's trying to do the very rare sweep of the big $1 million races week 4, 8, and 12, but he's facing Tahoe. No one else bothered to go in that race. I mean, there's like some fillers, but I don't possibly see why. I'm kidding, obviously. Wait, did I just talk to my cat out loud? I have no memory of doing that, but I don't know why else Alex would know. Wow. This is me, like, fine. Anyway, betting pool is currently at $61,500. How about after the race we do a headshot giveaway? That sounds good. Oh, Nick is a horse. Okay, right when you said that, my cat jumped up on me and I was petting him, so I thought I said something to him out loud because you said it at the same time. Okay. That was freaky. Sorry, people who are confused. Hey, Kara Christie, you don't have silks. If you want silks, let me know and I'll send you silks, okay? Okay. If anyone else in here doesn't have silks, you let me know. It's post time for the Midsummer Classic. This race has been run every year since year 4, I believe, in the sim. Let's look. We have a handy dandy museum for that kind of information. Oh, year 1. I know nothing. A lot of trainers have won this race twice in a row. The first 2 years it was won by Mary Lucas. Then in years 4 and 5 it was won by Kelly Whitehead. And then John Exet in 17 and 18. And then Eric Nalbone won this race in 39, 40, and 41, but he hasn't had a runner in the last 2 years. Anyway, Elise Peveril won it last year with Jack Skellington, which will probably be a question I ask you in a few minutes. You've been warned. Can she do it again with Indominus? They're off in the Midsummer Classic, and Addicted to Chaos was a step slow. James Dean bulls his way out to the lead early, joined alongside by Nemesis the Best Man, and those two kick clear early. Iron Spirit takes back a tracking third, joined by Addicted to Chaos, then Eastern West Side, and Indominus drops out last of the six, but it's a compact and star-studded field. James Dean and the Best Man, ding-donging under the wire the first time, and now James Dean starts to stroll clear. The Best Man lets him go, Iron Spirit a good 4 lengths back third. Here's Addicted to Chaos alongside, then Eastern West Side, and Indominus brings up the rear. They only have 6 furlongs left, and James Dean has opened up a 2-length lead. The Best Man tracks him, and these two titans have almost 10 lengths on the rest of the field. James Dean is a runaway out here. The Best Man, Iron Spirit, and Addicted to Chaos, then Eastern West Side, and Indominus is last, and they're rounding the far turn. The gap is closing. James Dean leads, but only by 3. The Best Man is tiring. Iron Spirit is rolling up to them. Addicted to Chaos and Eastern West Side is making his run now. Indominus being roused. The race shape changes as they reach the top of the stretch, with James Dean leading by 2. Iron Spirit is up into second. Addicted to Chaos and Eastern West Side. The Best Man not today. It's James Dean. He is a fire in the lane, all out now. Iron Spirit is the danger. Addicted to Chaos closing in. Eastern West Side not enough. James Dean, Iron Spirit alongside. Iron Spirit diving. Addicted to Chaos. James Dean lunges, but Iron Spirit pushes past, and Iron Spirit is ironclad in the Classic today. He wins by a neck over the valiant James Dean. Addicted to Chaos suffers a heartbreaker once again to be third. Eastern West Side fourth, and then the Best Man was fifth. The official winner is Iron Spirit. He's a 3-year-old gray colt by Rambling out of Frostburn by War Daddy. He is a homebred for Rebecca Rose Hepburn, and this is his 5th win in 8 starts. I just realized that I did not breed the winner of any of the Triple Crown races, or this horse, or the Oaks winner. Wow, I'm doing a bad job. Not to make this about me. That's just abnormal. Congratulations to Rebecca Rose Hepburn and to Iron Spirit. Next time we're all here, it will probably be Stewards Cup Thursday. And then 4 weeks from tonight, all these horses will be back once again, facing the likes of Tahoe, etc., and all that. Yeah. So I'm going to do a chat room, a couple contests, questions, but I'm going to type them, not do it on the audio-y thing, because it's going well. Okay? Okay. Did you guys have a good night? I hope so. I hang up on you now. Okay, bye.